Good day. This briefing was recorded on January 7th, and this is Jeff Kitzmiller here to walk you through this week's upcoming snow and cold and all the other impacts that we may have. So to break it down, for tonight there's still some additional snow, mainly just above 4,000 feet in the terrain, not as heavy as we've been seeing. On Wednesday, the snow levels start to lower back down to valley elevations. We'll see more snow showers, and some of those will organize into snow bands. Thursday and Thursday night, it looks like a fairly widespread snow event, and it'll probably be more consistent on snow amounts. And then a little short break early Friday, but then Friday afternoon and Friday night, a prolonged snow event. Looks like it'll work its way through the area and could end up lasting well into the weekend. And then colder air is expected to work its way in from the east late in the weekend and early next week. As for the threat matrix, holding on to some moderate impacts for some of the snow that is expected. And the only thing that really jumps out as the highest impact that we are seeing so far is northwest Montana on Sunday. It looks like wind and snow will be possible as cold air works its way in. But let's look at some of the details. Here's a forecast radar loop, and it's starting Wednesday morning. And there's some showers around, and we might see a few showers into the valleys as well. But it starts to get a little bit more organized throughout the day. You start to see some of these snow bands that are showing up. And these are the ones that we're worried about. So on Wednesday, it's not going to be a consistent snow. It looks like another one of those where some people won't get much for snow, and then others could have some pretty intense snowfall. And that could end up being a problem in the evening, on Wednesday evening and going into Wednesday night, because we're still relatively warm in the valleys, and then that intense snow could bring down temperatures pretty quickly and maybe cause some ice. It also looks like Thursday a more widespread snow works its way in, and then at the end of that, as you saw, there was some banded look to the precipitation as well, so it could get a little bit more intense overnight. Here's a quick look at some of the point-specific snow graphics for timing. And on most of these, you'll see that we have a break in the snow for early Friday. And I really wanted to point that out because it's kind of one of the pieces that stands out other than some of these higher snow amounts with the next big system. So northwest Montana, it looks like this will be a pretty big event for all elevations once we get into Friday, late in the day on Friday and through the weekend. Lookout Pass is still in the mix with snow, and another higher snow rates look like they'll arrive on Friday. Missoula, a few different instances of snow that we could see, and then it's probably going to be a little bit more consistent through Friday and the weekend. Georgetown Lake, a couple instances of snow, same with Butte. These two places we're out of it, kind of like we have been, but a more opportunity as we get Friday onward for snow. Over into central Idaho, Whitebird Hill, a lot of snow in the forecast. Grangeville, a lot more occurrences of snow as well. Orofino and Lolo Pass. And Salmon and Lost Trail. Here's a model that I wanted to show you guys to try to explain some of the cold that we're looking at for this week. And some of these greenish turquoise colors are showing a little bit warmer temperatures. But as we move forward through the day on Wednesday, you start to see a cooling trend happen, and this is when snow levels drop and we get back down to mostly just snow for everybody. And even a cold push that might just clip northwest Montana late in the day on Thursday and into Friday, so we might end up seeing a little bit more wind coming from the east over Marias Pass and Highway 2, so we'll need to watch out for that because that could cause some additional impacts. And then it's still on the cooler side, but we don't really see a lot of the much colder air until a little bit later in the weekend. We'll definitely see some more east type winds, and the question is though, how far into our forecast area does this get? And there's some indications that it'll just get into northwest Montana, maybe hang out a little bit closer to Kalispell for a while, and then finally early in the week we'll see a little bit more of that. So overall, much colder than what we have been. And during this whole time while this cold air is here, there's plenty of moisture that looks like it'll work its way around. There's a low that'll be out here and just keep sending moisture right into us. So it's a very good snow pattern as well. As for the trends, just so we can look at temperatures to get a little bit better picture of where we're at, we still have, starting today, where we have some mild temperatures, start to see a little drop off, but again, we're well into above freezing for Wednesday. And then after Wednesday, this is where the trend shows a lot cooler, where we could even start seeing some single digits get into the forecast, and then highs that may struggle to reach freezing. So somewhere out here, especially Friday and onward, we're looking at colder temperatures, and those are going to hang around for a while. The pattern doesn't really change so much, so we have above normal precipitation that looks like it should be around 6 to 10 days, so the 12th through the 16th, and then that below normal temperature trend that we were looking at, it looks like it will hold pretty steady, and there's a pretty good indication that our whole entire area will be below normal, and it looks like it'll be well below normal on our temperatures. As always, if you have any questions, please let us know.